Rebellion looking to try and secure a 2-0 victory here in this two-game series. Talon looking for a draw to start off their ESL One Birmingham 2024. We are going to see the immediate picks and rather tips and the good lucks coming out to Japan. That's very nice.
Yeah. I always forget that WS was on Boom for a while with Yopaj.
Oh, he was.
You know, that one TI qualifier is it. And it's like, oh yeah, right, they were teammates for a while. I always forget. Because that season for Boom was really forgetful. I'm sorry, Alphon.
Oh.
Or I'm sorry,
horrible,
Gary.
John. How dare you?
Gary doesn't care. He's doing fine.
You say, are they, John? You say they were forgetful. I mean, I haven't remembered them in a while now. Where are they, John? Where is Boom?
They moved. Went to South America.
I know they moved, John. I mean, they've stayed in South America is the problem, John. I haven't seen them in a LAN in a long time. My goodness.
See, we still ran into Gary in Manila for whatever reason. You know, he finds ways.
That's the worst part. We see Gary, the CEO, but he's without any of his players. It's just Gary every time.
Hey, he had his Valorant players, you know?
That's true.
Different
we don't
game.
speak about those. We don't speak about those idiots, John. Moving on.
The battle begins.
Looks like there's going to be a pretty passive start to the game. No first blood attempts coming up from either side. Going to be a 2-for-2 trade on the boundaries, of course. Kitrak's going to find both on the bottom side. And, well, naturally, we do start with the mid lane, but it is going to be the boring lane. Of course, Yopaj against Chuen on the DK versus Death Prophet. Do you want to talk about the mid lane, Jonathan? What do we expect?
You expect a lot of farm, not a lot of action. You've got Breed Fire, you've got Crypt Swarm, you can clear out the waves on both sides nicely. You've got the range advantage for Chuen, but that doesn't really matter up against the DK once he has Dragon's Blood, so should be fine. I guess range creep denial is the big thing. That's a big difference maker here, and it's not going to be as easy for Yopaj to just kind of gun for that. So that's one thing that Chuen has on hand, but apart from that, it's the most stable lane. Can take a look elsewhere. A bit of aggression up top already. So you would expect early Bramble to try to catch out and the Scorcher to chase down from Saberlight and Teolicor. Does feel great, but Ponyo, he doesn't really need to get aggressive in this lane, right? He doesn't even need to focus on Enchant into a Doom. He can just go for Nature's Attendance, they can play around Time Walk, and just play farm for Akashi. That's all you really want out of this lane anyway. You're not looking at any major power spikes to trade nicely here. Just want to build up on this Faceless Void as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, bottom lane, Jocam WS against the Luna of Artesian Kitrak on that Rubik. You kind of mentioned this could be a little bit back and forth here against the Timber, but have to wait and see. It's also one of those lanes that could also end up being very, very passive until you get those level 3, level 4 marks. So Kitrak's trying to be a little bit aggressive here on the Jocam. In fact, Jocam now dropping extremely low. Does have some stick charges, so the Blood Grenade will not be enough damage to quite tick him out. But they are certainly trying to be as aggressive as possible early on here on the side of Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, and I like what they've done to this lane. They cut the left side tree line. There's not a lot of trees for WS to play this burst onto Arteezy for. So it's a little bit harder to try to get that early advantage on the Timbersaw. And it does make it a lot easier for Artur to just secure the first few waves. He's doing a great job already, 8-3 in CS. Not being held back at all. Like, there's no presence on WS. And it's just down to cutting that tree line. You know, he can't hug the tree line to look for Whirling Death to trade with the limited range of the Luna. Just a lot more openings for Artur to play his game. And there's not a lot Jocam can do. He does get the level 2 tree grab instead of the toss back. So he's not able to really look for repositioning. And in this game anyway, the repositioning's not as scary. You don't have that follow-up with a skewer. So it's just looking for that burst play, which, again, you're not going to find too much of for WS with all these tree cuts that Shopify are committing here.
Yeah, absolutely. Not much he can do. Except hit some creeps. Not even leveling up the chains anyway for now, which I suppose is fair enough. You don't really need them if you've got nothing to chain to anyway. No action really happening across the map, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Saberlight's having a great old time up at the top lane. Plenty of CS here onto the Doom. Kashi is maybe falling a little bit behind in CS, but not too far behind. He's okay. But it does appear like it's going to be another great laning stage here, at least for Saberlight. Of course, on the Doom, he is going to have a lot of gold coming. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's to be expected. Does have that Devour. Ponyo's not going to be able to play with Enchant creeps. He's just focusing on trying to pull, stabilize the lane for Akashi. It's going to be slower unless someone missteps, and so far no one's showing being a little bit trigger happy this time around, which means the big real build-up now is into, what, level 6s for Chuen and Yopaj are probably the big ones. Whoever gets that millisecond faster, level 6, into popping your ult, into shoving in, maybe. Maybe the first power rune as well at 6 minutes is going to be the big one, but we haven't really seen an emphasis on rotation. Or at least, they do snatch the bounty rune with Talon Esports. A little bit of a win, but not much beyond that.
They are trying to pressure Akashi now. Akashi top lane could be in a spot of danger. He's alright, never mind. I just kind of debated our cameraman. In fact, Saberlight's the one in trouble. Never mind, Saberlight's in danger now. Akashi, he does secure the kill. Ponyo does go down in response as Akashi is still trying. Will time walk back towards the Alacore. The Theo, he does have the Shadow Realm up. Looks like neither side really going to drop, though. There is still a Mud Golem chasing down Theo. Can't have the stun, but does get him in the end. The Shard Golems, of course. They do have the Hellbot. Lovely kill from the grave.
That's what you like to see for Talon, at the very least. They do manage to snipe a couple away. Good lucky bashes for Akashi. All skill there to kind of secure that kill onto Saberlight as well.
Natural.
As we all know. That's the high skill hero. The highest skill spell on Time Lock, of course. Just like Spirit Breaker and his bash, amongst the greatest skill plays.
Don't forget the Spirit Breaker, John. You know how defensive I get. Definitely very high skill play there. Could use a buff, I'll be honest, Ice Frog, if you're listening. Do buff some Spirit Breaker if you don't mind.
No, no more, please. We had that one time where it was just all Spirit Breaker, Mike. He's had his time.
We found out why we don't do that anymore. Yopaj. Here we go, chases on mid lane. Does get stunned up very nicely here from Ponyo. Will get taken down. The Steeler Core now also being chased. They won't really mind him too much. They want the mid tier 1 tower. And this is what you love to see when you've got a Death Prophet and an Enchantress. The rotation from Ponyo, it wasn't red. And Chuen now, he can just pop the Exorcism and they can get some real damage off with this 5-minute siege creep time.
Yep. We're looking for this from Shopify, but it's Talon that gets the rotation, and it's Talon that gets some good chip damage in, and gets to secure the 6-minute rune as well. Chuen gets the haste, topping up his bottle. Doesn't manage to fully clean up, but it does focus all this attention onto mid, opening up the side lanes a little bit more. Arteezy's left alone with Jokam running back. If they find an angle here for the Avalanche tossback, could be a nice pick off to find.
Well, they could give it a crack. Arteezy looks like he's still going to be okay. In fact, I say that. Chase is on now. Arteezy will get chained up. Meanwhile, top lane, Saberlight's in danger. Saberlight also going down. Does drop. Bottom lane, Arteezy still on the chase. They might just have him, though here comes Theo Core to save the day. WS, he will get stunned up by the Cursed Crown. Still looking to chase him down with the chains, but no, we'll have to let Arteezy go. Instead, now turning back onto Theo Core, he'll try into the Dark Willow. They've even got Kitrak around, but they're going to find the Dark Willow first. As Arteezy, he's still not out of the woods yet. WS still thinking about chasing. More rotations incoming here from Shopify. Here comes Saberlight now. Kitrak barely able to get away. There goes Jokam. They'll secure the tiny kill, but it seems as though WS should be okay to retreat his way out. Sadly, Saberlight, he had not hit the level 6 mark yet, so he had no Doom available. So you do get a support pick-off, but I do feel like it costs you quite a bit here on Shopify.
And it does. It's a lot of open space for Akashi to keep farming top now, uncontested. He's got a free lane. He's got a free shove in as well. There is the gate back for Saberlight at the very least, but they're checking the stacks. They're checking the triangle a little bit. They might be able to find Talon Core.
I think they probably will. Very nice body blocks coming up from Ponyo with the Hellbear Smasher. Theo Core trying his best to get away, but the Hellbear is fast. And in fact, Chuen is going to secure the kill as they do cancel the attack animation from Ponyo. And with that, I mean, Talon, they can look back towards that mid-tier 1 tower here, John. And they've got Exorcism up in 5 seconds, and quite frankly, I don't even think they need it.
Doesn't look like it. They've got the creeps here with Ponyo. A little tomato creep just to help. They've got the damage.
Oh, Chrono. No hesitation. They see Yopaj and they will just lock down Yopaj. But do they actually have damage? Well, with the Avalanche to lock it down, they probably will. Yopaj is gone. So they got not only the mid tier 1 tower, but they found the mid laner. And Talon, they will get away scot-free. There is just no punishment for this movement.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of playing around these timings. They are missing out on a little bit of farm for Akashi in the top lane, but the kills do work out a net positive for Akashi anyway. It has given a lot of room out for Saberlight and for RTZ to just farm up though. And this Luna is starting to reach that point where it's going to be able to dip into the jungle, farm safely, but this laning pressure, look at Talon, Ponyo, he's got the Troll Summoner. He's ready to get another push going.
Sablight's on the chase again here down at this bottom lane, just trying to find himself a Jokam kill perhaps, but just could not get within range to push him back with the Hurricane. Meanwhile, top lane is just being forced in by Ponyo with this Dark Troll Summoner. And Yopaj, he's trying to answer all the questions that are being asked here from Talon, but he just can't do it on his own. Or can he? Meanwhile, mid lane, Chuen, he does find Thea Lacour. So that'll be your support. Dark Willow going down as now Akashi's going to show up at the top lane. Yopaj, he's tried his best to defend this, but I think it's about time you just let it go. In fact, the ward has scouted Yopaj out, so he needs to run. The chase is on. Yopaj, which way are you going to go, sir? The tree line is going to be the answer, as he does go in for a stun with the Tiny. Jokam will get a toss off into Saberlight and a perfect avalanche to lock both of them down there for a moment. So they will secure Yopaj's life. They'll watch Saberlight walk away. But the DK, it's a bigger target for him, and they'll take.
Yeah. At very least, Saberlight, doesn't pop the Doom. No way to counterplay there. So it still hangs on to that cooldown. Does have the Veil as well for the chase down the line. But they are losing a lot of map space. 2 to 9, 3k lead for Talon. A lot cleaner in this game, so they find another.
They certainly do. Thea Lacour. We're going to the Shadow Realm for now. They should be okay, perhaps they do have... Oh, never mind. Chuen with the Crypt Storm, barely enough. Joker, TP out. He's fine. They've used all their stunts. It's just so demoralizing right now for Shopify. Everyone's just getting beaten down, and nobody's punishing anybody.
But their lineup does need to farm up. You've got a Doom, you've got a Luna, you've got a DK. All these heroes need some semblance to farm, get some action going. Speaking of that Luna, Artur is he's still got a relatively free lane, so all of this space is giving quite a lot to Luna. Like, WS isn't able to just sit in lane and shove in onto the tier 1. Tier 1 of Shopify down bot is really healthy. So Luna's been doing a great job of just shoving it back, holding farm, not dying, and is still keeping up with farm with Akashi. So your investment onto this core is working out. Talon, we'll need to find answers for that. They are smoking out here with Chuen and Jokam though.
Arteezy, if there is wraparounds, they're looking for the Luna once again. Arteezy chains forward. I mean, they've got half his HP gone, and now with the Chrono out, they've locked him down completely. He's still got a bit of time to try and react, but not quite. He's gone. So is Thea Lacour. I'm not sure what Talon had in the middle of that break, John, but they've woken up.
They've certainly woken up, Mike. Again, like if you watch Talon's qualifier games, it's always game 1. There's always something wrong with them game 1. And it looks like it holds true no matter where they are in the world. 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. is not gamer hours for them. Like, these degenerates stay up till 4 a.m. gaming or flying. So I guess that's the way it works in Saudi. It feels like a Southeast Asian problem, honestly.
Yeah.
They just never sleep, these guys.
Well, we've got a lot of problems in Southeast Asia here, John. The region just has not... Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. Chuen, he's going to find himself a double damage room. There's a lot of problems, Shane. We've been casting and supporting SEA for a long time. Nothing's happened for us. Nothing's happened.
I always thought you were going to go into socioeconomic problems. It sounded like you were actually like, oh, there's a lot more worse than gamers staying up at 4 a.m., John. And it's like, I know. It's like, I live here, I know. But I was like, why are you going so deep? No, it's like,
Trust me,
Mike seems really concerned.
Us Australians have bigger problems than US people. Trust me, we've got much bigger problems right now.
Doubt on that one.
Yeah. Well, Kitrack, he's got some problems here, John. There's a centaur chasing him, but it looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, just scouting out a little bit. There's a smoke out from Shopify with Yopaj. He does have the blink. So they have that opening, they have this initiation ready for Shopify. They just need to find the right target. WS is not an easy target, but...
Oh, they're going to pop the Eclipse, they're going to give it a crack, and it wasn't too hard to get it done. They'll get the kill. They'll be more than happy with that, I believe. And it's certainly something. It's a step in the right direction if you're Shopify Rebellion.
That it is. You know, again, getting an instant play off of the blink is big. Clips, you're not looking for these wider team fights for Arteezy, so every single kill you get early on with it is pretty damn nice. There is still map control here from Talon. They've got good forward vision, and they don't have heroes rotating now. They will have
TP attempts. Oh, that's beautiful. And Jokam, he gets the Wisdom Rune, he gets the Avalanche, and he gets the TP away. 2 TPs on top, by the way, to try and get there and just... I feel like Talon are just using so many resources from Shopify, and Shopify just not able to find any form of punishment again. Like, it's just so many opportunities where it just doesn't happen. And here you go again. A nice cheeky little replay. Jokam, the toss back into the Ancients, and just the Avalanche out straight after. It's just perfect. It really is.
Just enough. And again, this is stalling for some great time on Talon. Like, you are getting so big on this Faceless Void. Akashi off into the Mjolnir, has the full Maelstrom flying in now with a Mask of Madness. You've got the full Kai Sange up for Chuen. Might be able to find Tial Licor.
And they should. Tial Licor, though, finding 3 bounty runes on his way out. I suppose that's something. So he gets a Terrorize off as well, but Tial Licor definitely just going to die. WS will move in to secure the kill as now the top lane. They want to try and go for a bit more. The Doom was committed onto Akashi, but Sableye, he does not have the damage on his own. In fact, he's the one that needs to run now because the chase is on.
Oof.
Akashi, he did not want to pop Chrono.
Yeah, I mean, they force out Doom. That's already a big win for the side of Talon without having to expend Chrono. So now they can look into the next team fight with full confidence. Maybe some concern for Eclipse, but it is the level 1 Eclipse, inching into level 2 for our tour. But their attention is focused top anyway. They've got EXO ready if they want to go for this push. They've got frontline with WS, having his own Kai and Sange up. There's not too much to worry about here. Not much Shopify can really do. Like, again, without Doom, your prospects for taking this team fight are limited.
Yeah, but with the exorcism popped, it's very hard to see a defense to come out here from Shopify Rebellion. Tial Licor is going to go down as well. WS will just pick him off on his own. Fair enough, WS. That'll be the top tier 2 tower gone, and now a 4K advantage standing here for Talon. Shopify Rebellion is still looking for an answer, still trying to secure that initial farm. Maybe they can look towards Jokam, but now Jokam's looking towards Arteezy. No blink available yet on the Tiny. I believe it's actually on his courier right now, sadly, so the Tiny will not be able to jump in for a toss-back play. But they are still looking, Talon. They're still happy to force a fight, it seems. At least Ponyo is, because Ponyo's way too deep right now. Or is he? He's trying to walk out of there. Ponyo's still alive. Ponyo, he's going to make it, and now the Chrono comes out. Akashi's found 2 of them, but he got stunned mid-Chrono. He can do nothing with it. In comes the Eclipse now onto the Void, but the Void will time walk away. Chuen instead, he'll cop the majority of the damage as Arteezy's gone. Oh, Jesus.
You okay?
They get absolutely annihilated here on the side of Shopify Rebellion. I mean, it wasn't even close, and John, that's with the Chrono that just turned out to do nothing.
Oh, Yopaj finds the angle for the Dragon Tail stun, but it's still not enough. Like, it's such a clustered area. Like, that is the perfect spot for WS to shine. Just so many trees to chop, so many ways of angling in, so much output. The Eclipse jumping onto the creeps as well. You're not able to focus that damage down. A level 2 Eclipse is nice, but we only really saw it work in isolated fights. In a full 5v5, it just doesn't work out that way. Talon choking out Shopify 5 to 18, 6k lead up. And it's like, it's ridiculous you get that off the back of a Chrono that's basically whiffed from Akashi, but it buys them time and info on the side of Talon for them to just get that position and get that flank from WS.
Tough times again for Shopify. I mean, they're not too far behind when it comes to net worth, but when you look at the win probability, John, it's at 94% right now for Talon. That's how dire things are, apparently, for Shopify Rebellion. That's 94% at
very nice, Mike.
That wasn't intended, Jonathan, alright? Talon are playing the dire anyway, John. It wasn't that clever. Alright?
Exactly. I was like, oh, Mike's going on my level now. Alright. Let's go. Smoke out, Talon.
Even I can't stoop that low, Jonathan. Trust me. It's a bit too low for even me.
What do you mean? It's an award-winning. Sorry. Sounds like I'm making fun of people.
Yo, Posh gets caught out. And he will be awarded his 4th death of the game. There you go, John. There's one for you. You happy?
Yeah. Very nice, Mike. Very nice. That's exactly what I like to hear here. Kitra. Right. TP away. Does manage to steal at least Nature's Attendants. Roshan open for Talon. No contest coming out here from Shopify. They are cutting creep waves nicely with Artur just farming in that top jungle area, but not going to be able to stop this. Secondary life now up, along with Mjolnir out for our Void. A lot of damage coming in, and I like this from WS. He's got the blink. He doesn't need much. He just needs repositioning tools. Should be able to get himself up front, find some good tree lines here.
Another kill here for Chuen. The core going to go down. If you won Analyst of the Year, who won Play-by-Play of the Year?
One of our boys, Potch Spice, who does, I believe, fighting games. He was at EVO, I think, this year.
You don't think I deserve the jump?
Oh, if you were Filipino, Mike, you know, change that passport, go hard mode, sure.
What do you think the P stands for, Jonathan? We've talked about this. Saberlight. Akashi, no hesitation. A very nice chrono, right on the edge, understanding the value of taking down Saberlight. And I mean, at this point, Talon, they are just completely smothering Shopify Rebellion. It is not even close.
Certainly not. And they're finding some space open here for Shopify to farm. Again, trying to sustain this Luna and DK and ramping up. But they are losing a lot of map space. Akashi playing with full confidence with the Aegis up. Just cutting through creep waves on bot. They're still setting up for that shove on mid as well. And, okay. Just a bit cheeky from Akashi, trying to get that jump forward, but they'll be able to find these tier 2s, leaving only one left for the side of Shopify down bot. And again, they're still trying to find this farm. Like, you've got a Doom, you've got a DK, you've got a Luna. All of them need some build up. You have the Manta up for Artur at the very least, but still needs that full BKB and Shard to confidently take upfront fights. And that's all a long ways off into the Aegis. Let's see if they find something off this smoke, maybe find a nice off angle here.
We shall see.
Radiant's middle tower is falling.
Onto the high ground they go here, Talon.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under
Shopify looking to retreat. Arteezy in a bit of an awkward position here. WS gonna pop. They're gonna pop the Eclipse onto WS with the Doom, but he got the Yules off in time. He's safe for now. They'll continue to try and pick up the Timbersaw. He's still running, however. Finally, WS will fall. But what's it gonna cost Shopify? Or maybe it costs Talon even more now, because Shopify, they're jumping in for more. They found the Aegis on Akashi, but they're gonna leave. They'll leave Yopaj here on the Dragon Knight to try and fend for himself. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade in the end anyway, in the favor of Shopify, and they'll take it. It's a little win, but it's a win nonetheless.
That it is. Jocam's still not looking go though.
Saberlight, an extra kind of kill here for the side of Talon if they can find it, and they will. Nice TP cancellation here from Jocam. And now it doesn't seem so good. You know, now you lose your offlane Doom. Doesn't feel anywhere near as good.
No, it takes a lot of resources to just kill off WS. Leaves a lot of openings for Akashi. Sure, he loses Aegis, but they find a big fight, and that's them taking that fight without the chrono being expended on Akashi either. So he still has an option for the next few engagements. In fact, Artur...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's down here from WS.
WS is...
Oh, he's trying for it. He really wants to get the Yules off, but instead they're going to have to secure Kitrak. Take him down. He's the much easier target. Of course, Arteezy does manage to make his way out of there, but still in dire straits here on the Luna. Like, You might be top of the net worth board, but the way this game's going, it just there's been no opportunity for him to do what Lunas do best, to just hit people.
Yeah. With this last outer tower being taken down by Talon, again, the map is just shrinking way too fast for the side of Shopify. They're doing what they can, trying to cut waves with Teolacor, getting some room out for Yopaj. Does have the Manta into BKB. So just needing that BKB into the Yags, and then the DK is in pretty much its full form for damage and sustain up front. You've also almost got the BKB up here for Artur as well. So again, a lot more counterplay, less threat from the Timbersaw, less threat of being caught out. Or
Ace is on WS, he's just not leaving him alone. And Chuen is going to be there to back him up as well, Arteezy. This is your saving grace right now for Shopify Rebellion. But he is gone. They will just chase him down so easily. And WS immediately just TPing back towards the bottom lane now, looking for Yopaj. Wants another one. Can he get a TP cancel?
Ooh.
Not quite. He was out of range for the TP cancellation with the Yule Scepter as Theolacor. Bottom lane will be able to get away with the TP into the Shadow Realm. But you found the biggest target. In fact, Kitrak now. Kitrak's at the bottom lane. He'll time walk away. Akashi has Chrono if he wants to commit, but he will not, of course. We'll hold out.
Yeah, he's not fully a maniac. You know, he's not gonna go that ham. Would have been funny, but would have definitely taken out their chances for the high ground here for Talon. Instead, they play smart. Got the creep wave mid if they want to kind of force in. They've got Exo ready to go as well for this fast siege. They'll go hunting instead. Chokam. TP's top.
Oh, they're going to see Saberlight. Another high-value target. The wards will be down. Saberlight now realizing something is a little bit wrong. He'll go for a run towards the eastern side of the map, and he'll go for a TP play out, but Jokam's right on the mark. Gets the avalanche, gets the TP cancellation. See if Saberlight can play his way out of this one. He'll go for the BKB eventually, trying to at least secure the life of Jokam before he might just inevitably die. But even that might be a little bit too much to ask for, as he is just gone. Tips out from Chuen. It's just getting more and more challenging for the Radiant side to come back into this game too.
That it is. Doom down for the next fight as well on the respawn.
Akashi.
Rashawn only meant to have
no, not Arteezy. Bottom lane. Chrono committed. Kitrak, though, at least going to steal away. In fact, he only found the time dilation, and he couldn't save Arteezy anyway. Talon, they're all over the map here, John. No space for Shopify.
They are. They're choking out Shopify. They know whenever someone's missing to go hunting, Jokam just has these really good game senses to go hunting around like that. Spots out the Doom, leads to this opportunity to take Artur when he feels like it's safe with everyone missing from Talon, assumedly on top. And now, 11k lead. Again, they can kind of wait out for next Roshan. We'll see in about 40 seconds how long that timer is. But they're keeping all the creep wave shoved in. They've got fresh BKBs up on WS and on Chuen. Again, Exo is still ready. Heck, they could start this without Aegis if Jokam finds a good jump in, but easier said than done when you're trying to hunt from the enemy high ground. And they'll just play patient. I think the key thing in this patience is that Shopify is just not able to sneak out of the map that well. I mean, they have been trying, but Talon's game sense has just been on point. They will try for a smoke here, though.
The jump is out, though. They have found the Tiny, so Jokam gets caught here with his pants down, and his team is not going to be around to back him up. The rest of Talon, they do not see the angle for the fight, so they will immediately retreat. That will give Shopify just a little bit of space to get out of that base and at least go for the Tormentor. Get something for their time. But they will. Nice little free shards out for Kitrak. Ultimately, it looks like both teams are probably just set to wait for the next Roshan.
It's a pretty big shard to get for free as well. A little bit more save coming out from Shopify, just in case anyone gets kind of chain stunned up front. You've got some delay on Kitrak here. Roshan is a little bit longer, and Talon will have their full force up when it's back up anyway. And they'll miss out on a bit of an opportunity to really get things going here for Shopify. And see if the angle is found back. They will retreat upon seeing the DD being popped by Chuen on illusions. But that does let go of that roast precision as well. if they hold on to it for the next minute, again, Talon has a really good shot at just finding that free secondary life and setting up for high ground.
Well, that they do. Shopify, they are not backing out yet. They are still hanging around. Kitrack already being called out. We'll try for a lift play. In fact, oh, they found Arteezy as well. Arteezy, he's got the BKB available, but it may do him no good because he's completely out of position. He's trying to run, but it's no good at all. Akashi will take him down into the mid lane. They want more. They found Saberlight now. Chrono out from Akashi, locking him down. That'll be a third. I mean, what the hell do you do? Nowhere is safe. And we even made. Oh my god, Willow's been called out! Jocam! He's just fighting everyone.
That he is. He's been working a lot on this Titan. This is what I expected from his Tiny in the last game once that blink is up. Again, a little bit different for Talon in game 1. Certainly this is the Talon that presents itself in those qualifiers. Get started on that siege now. They've got the creep waves coming in. They've got the EXO. There is a Fortify ready at the very least and the refresh. So there is some play here for Shopify. Not the longest respawns left either. They do have Doom ready on the respawn as well, but... Oh.
Jocam gonna be just fine. I mean, they'll toss him to the tier 4 towers, but it doesn't mean too much. Tier 3 mid tower to go down, but that's gonna be about it. They'll see the respawn onto Artesian. They won't want to force it too much without the chrono being available. EXO, of course, coming onto cooldown very soon as well. Shopify Rebellion, they are going to try and play off this timings, however. They do go for a 5-man smoke up. They pretty much have every spell but Eclipse right now, and that's about 15 seconds away. They seem to be very well aware of where they are as well. They run right into the dire triangle. Smoke on smoke situation though, but a jump is out. Yopaj, he found the void, but where's your follow-up damage? It's not coming in yet. They'll get the Doom out, but he's still running. Akashi's looking perfectly fine for now as Sablight's desperately trying to chase him down. Akashi's still on the run though. Surely will go and finally does die, but what's it gonna cost? We'll find out in a moment because Arteezy, he's going after Chuen now. He'll try for the Death Prophet. Maybe they can even find WS. Is WS still chasing down the Luna? Might have him. Arteezy, he will go down anyway, even without the Void being alive. WS gets it done, but now he needs a way out. They'll lock him down. They've got the vessel out. Still, WS taking down another with him. Saberlight not going to be safe either as Yopaj is still trying after the Timber though. WS, he's just too tanky. Yules is up, still alive. Now Chuen coming back in onto the DK. They cannot finish the job. WS will make it out alive after taking 2 cores. That is just so rough. Like, it's still a good fight for Shopify, but the ending to that is just so ugly.
That it is. It's still a net win for Shopify. It claws them back into the game just a little bit more. 2.5k in comparison to Talon gaining 1.6. But they're not able to really capitalize on that. I mean, respawns are coming back up for Talon. They're going to be able to try for this Roshan. It is Radiant side Rosh now. It is daytime, but it's not going to be any inconvenience at all for Talon. And that was probably the best fight we've seen come out from Shopify, right? Like, huh? Yopaj?
Oh, Yopaj in danger. WS, this guy's a maniac, John. He's just doing it on his own.
Oh, God.
He just solos Yopaj on his own.
Yeah, ouch. I mean, this is why in all these qualifiers, you know, like not many teams tend to pick Timbersaw. WS has been consistent in that. You know, like Timbersaw has had a resurgence, but even in the early times when it wasn't quite as popular, you know, only like South American players like Whisper were picking it up. WS was still one of those players that would also line up for it. And I mean, he's showing us why this hero is definitely up there in priority. Why we've seen this first phase banned in a lot of games. Why it should not slide over for Talon. We'll find Rosh access off the back of all of that into the banner for the high ground siege. And for Talon, everything's lining up. And if they've got everything they could possibly ask for. You're still relatively starved out here on Shopify. You're looking for more damage from Artur going into the Conda, which still pretty far out. Yeah, you've got Doom back up for Saberlight, but he dooms one. It doesn't take care of the other two. Like, they're so tanky on Talon. You've got Death Prophet and Timbersaw to cover the Face's Void. Like, if you burst the Void, you're not going to be able to burst these other two heroes. They're just way too big.
Here we go again. All spells available here from Talon. It's a hard fight. It's a hard defense if you are Shopify Rebellion, that's for sure. Ags up on Yopaj. You've got that ancient black dragon now. Oh, Avalanche Toss is out there. They've caught the DK already. Yopaj forced the BKB early on. Not the start of the fight you would like to see as Shopify Rebellion. Hell, Arteezy's not even in the base right now. Arteezy's still just trying to farm up a Kanda. Just not seeing the defense to come. That'll be a secondary Rax to go down. So it seems like Shopify Rebellion just accepting that they will only have one Rax after that attempt. And yeah, the Luna still has not returned to the base. He just, it's Kanda or nothing.
Which, you know, I kind of understand. Like, it does feel like Artur is lacking damage without any sort of buff. Even that little crit does help a lot. But needs a little bit more. They lose 2 set of racks. They can hug onto this last one. Aegis still has about 3 minutes for Talon, though. It's more than enough time to go for that next maneuver up. Let's see if there's anything that Shopify can do. Again, they've got Doom ready. You've got Saberlight trying to go for the Ags, but it's still 3 parts away. Yopaj with his Ags can kind of take care of the side lanes, take care of these super creeps relatively nicely, but your options are growing limited. Again, you're scaling into late game into Faceless Void Chrono Threat, and this time around, you don't have that counterplay that Talon had in the last game. With the grip, with the RP, this time around, you basically have nothing outside of like a direct jump in from Yopaj or Saberlight and just instantly pinning down the Faceless Void before the Chrono can come on.
Now going to the top lane now, not waiting around too much longer. You do have the Kanda completed on Arteezy, so there's that little bonus that he was looking for this final defense. And Akashi's already losing a lot of HP, but they just do not have the full committal here onto the Void. You've got to get through the initial Aegis life anyway. They almost get through the first, but not quite. At the very least, they will delay the high ground attempt.
Yep. They got a nice little enchanted DK illusion just for a little bit as well. Just one thing that the Ench will enjoy for this item build up on Yopaj. I'll always have a nice little thing to steal away. Exo back up onto the high ground again, and Age is still up for 1:40. Shopify with a smoke, but not many angles left here.
Tier 3 tower in danger. They'll stun up again onto Akashi. He gets the BKB off in time and gets the Chrono off as well. 2 caught out. It's Saberlight and, of course, Yopaj. Saberlight's the big target, though, and he is gone. Now a stolen Chrono from Kidrak, holding down 3 of them, but there's no follow-up to it. Ponyo, he finally goes down. Akashi, he will lose his first life to boot. This could be the fight for Shopify. The Lacour, however, he does lose his life to WS now. Doom is out. Who have they got with it? It's going to be the Void, but there's no follow-up to that. Jokam in the meantime with an Avalanche Toss combination. And it's perfect. It is absolutely perfect here from Jokam. And that'll be it. GG is called. Shopify have seen enough. Talon, they will secure the Game 2 victory, forcing a 1-1 draw between themselves and Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, outstanding performance.